Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Leetcode weekly challenge. First question, as name determine if two events have conflicts. So let us go ahead and start this particular question. So in this question, you can see that we are given with two arrays of string that represent two inclusive events that happened on the same day, event 1 and event 2, right? And event 1 is having start time and end time, and same goes for the event 2 also. Now here comes that event time are valid 24-hour format to form our minute. So they just want to say that it is a 24-hour format, so that simply means that it can go from 000 to 2359. So that's the thing they want to convey to us. And then they say a conflict happens when two events have some non-empty intersection. That is, two events have some intersection. Then there would be conflict. That is, some moment is common with both the events. Now we are required to return true if there is a conflict between two events, otherwise we will be returning false. So the thing here is that we are required to return true if there is intersection between two events, else we would be returning false. So that's the thing which we are required to do. So now let us check and go ahead that how we can do this particular. Um, okay. Yeah, actually I was just testing that because I work on two screens. So the thing is like if it is just checking for the modulation that it is completely or not. Now let us go with this particular question. So now let us take this first example and check that how we are required to do this particular question. So now in this particular, here it is given as 0:15, right? So our starting time of first event is this and the ending time is somehow 2:02, right? Now let us go ahead for the second. So our second start at this point only and ends at this point. So here we can clearly see that there doesn't work it though. Hmm. So here we can clearly see there is intersection, right? Here the intersection is at this particular point. Now let us go ahead with the second example. So here we can see that it starts at 0:1, then ends at 0:02. One minute. Let me scroll it up so that it is visible, right? And now comes the part for this particular. So in the somewhere in the middle it is starting and ending after that, right? So this also refers to that there is intersection, right? So now let us go ahead with this. Means after this diagram I'll let you know that how we are required to do. And time being you also just think like how in reality we are required to code this particular. And even from as per the format also how we encode. So here we don't have any sort of intersection, right? So that's where it is false, it is true and true. Now here let us check for the constraints. So according to that, it will be easy for us to get ahead with this means intuition behind this question. So the thing is that event one length, that is length of this particular, is equal to this. Both of length are same. That is equal to 2. So that simply means that one starting time, one ending time. That is the thing which would be given to us. The length of this particular and this particular is equal to 5. That simply means that one this timing would be given to us, and that is the thing they want to give. And then it is always something like this. That is the starting time. It is always like this that the starting time is less than equal to ending time of a particular event. Means this is always true. Means between them, the starting time would be less than the ending time. So that's they want to convey. Now comes the next part that how we are required to think about this question. So we can clearly see that as per the constraint, it is a direct brute force solution only because we can see that only two things are given to us start time, end time, start time, end time, right? So we can directly compare them that if see when there is intersection, that's the point. So now here you can see that if both of them is the ending time and the starting time, means ending time of the first event and starting time of the second event, if both of them are equal, right, then there is intersection. And if the starting time of this particular second event is basically less than the ending time of the first event, then also it is intersection. So basically it would be some, if we say not say but in exactly it is like this, that even of 0 and this is even of 1. So from these two examples, if we see that even of here it is not 0 but it is 1 because it is second one, right? So now let me draw that only. So here we can see that even of them, let us say it have 1 and then here 1, right? So even of 1 is basically if it is less than the E2's 0, because this E2 of 0, oh sorry, I'm bad. Basically it is something like this, that this particular, that is the starting event of this one, right? So that is E2 of 0. If this particular is basically less than, as you can see here, if it is less than the ending event of the first, right? Or it is equal. Here you can see that both of them are equal, right? So in that particular case, there will be intersection. So this is straightforward here. Now comes the next part. What about the what we say? So now comes the part. What about the these particulars? This one and this one. After all, there would be something with this ones also, right? For intersection, it is important to see these two. But what about these two also? So in these context, although there is not such example given to us, but you can clearly see that when both of them are intersectional, right? So in one more context which we can see is that this particular E1 of 0, that should be less than E2 of 1 which is there. That clearly state that they are in increasing order, and if we see it as that they are equal, then there's nothing like that that you can see that it is equal or not. Let me devise some examples for the same. So see, the thing is that there could be equality also, because see, they have already given that it is less than equal to, less than equal to. There could be some case when we are given with 0 0. I'm just taking 0 0, but might not be given. Means all these are basically equal, or any other time is given to us, then all of them are equal. So in this particular scenario, the thing is that here it come up with the equality sign also, right? And because of this equality only, we can directly refer to these particular equations, that this is the scenario and this is the scenario. If both of these scenarios are there, then we will be returning true, else the thing would be false. Because in both of these scenarios, there is intersection, right? And in our question also, they have asked us to return true if there is intersection and false if there is no intersection. So that's the thing here. Now let us go ahead and code this particular question. Uh, okay, so let us go ahead with the same. So now the thing is that as per the condition, so our condition was something like this, that not event, but event. If event one of uh, if we see as zeroth, right? So if that particular is basically less than or equal to our event two of one, right? And our event two of zero, that is basically less than equal to our event two of 1. So in this particular scenario, we are required to return true. So now there is one more thing that we can directly return from here, because it will be letting us know that if both of these conditions are true, then it will directly return true, else it will return false. The thing is that if this condition is also true and this condition is also true, and when we put this and in between these two conditions, then after doing and of true and true, it will return true. If either of them is false, then it will return false. And if both of them are false, then then also it will be returning as false only. So that's the scenario here. And because of that thing only, uh, our answer will be what we say, true or false depending on the scenario. So here for the first it is true. So let us submit this particular. Okay. So they expect it as true and turning false. Let me see where I'm doing the event one and event two, right? So our event one is this one. Okay, its zeroth element should be less than equal to this one. And our event two is basically this one. Its zeroth element, right? So its zeroth element should be for intersection less than or equal to event two second element. That's all right. Then what's the problem here? Let me check. Was there some glitch? Okay. Yeah, earlier it was showing true. Means output was true and now false. So now output is also false. So let us submit this. Yeah, so this was all which we were required to do in this particular question. So yeah, due to the time of contest, earlier I was thinking just to convert these particular strings also. But then I thought that these strings, if I convert it or not convert it, in that strings also they have some SKI code related to that. And see, the one would be having lesser SKI code as compared to 2, 3, 4, right? So as per that thing also we can directly compare them all. So that's why this particular comparison works fine, because all of them are string only, and in whatever format they are present, they all have same values, means same order values. So that's why this particular will work here. And as this is just comparison between them, and also our values are also much less. So that's why here the time complexity and space complexity, both of them are order of one. I feel like from last few contests, I'm getting all the easy level question as order of one, space complexity and order of one, time complexity. But it's all right. Okay, so this was all. And one last thing I want to convey is the thing is, like, you can figure out with the Newton School contest link in the description below. And the way you are doing these weekly challenges, bi-weekly challenges, and even daily challenges, it will be much more beneficial if you do some more contest. And for that, it will be good enough that you also enroll for the, basically not just enroll, it is about registration, and that registration is also free. The way Leetcode is also having this free registration. And after completing that particular thing, means after completing the registration, whenever that date is there for that coding contest, you can give that contest and check out that at which position you lie for yourself, and how much prepared you are for the online assessment and what we see interviews. So the thing is, it would be beneficial in that sense. And second benefit would be like if you are under the top performance, right? So surely there are some exciting prizes which you will be getting. So about the all details you can figure out in the description below. So this was all for this particular video, and yeah, everything I've explained. Yeah. So yeah, this was all. Thank you.